Thanks for taking the time out your day to let me interview today. Do I have your consent or permission to record you on video?
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm gonna ask you a list of questions. I'm trying to get to know you a little more. So the first question is, what do you do professionally? What's like your job?
I work at Nordstrom in the women's shoes department, and I assist customers in putting shoes on their feet and helping them with their needs.
And how much time would you say do you spend on this role a week?
On this job a week,
Yeah.
I'll say about 22, 22 hours a week.
And so when leading to this work, what has been like the hardest part of your day?
The hardest part of the job, pretty much.
Yeah.
The hardest part, I'll say, is when I don't have what they need and I start to figure out how to provide that.
And so does it affect? Oh, my bad. Go ahead.
Or you can continue.
Does it affect like your school schedule and like your work to life balance? Do you think like it alters like what you can do sometimes?
Definitely did when I was working too much, so I had to lower my hours to be able to balance it.
Okay.
Or when my classes are too hard, I have to lower the work hours to be able to balance it equally. Because when I'm at work, I have to be fully focused at work because it's commission. Just have to focus on my sales. I can't like do homework at work, so it's just yeah.
Has it been? Would you say this has been one of those harder jobs than other jobs that you've worked in the past?
Yeah, definitely because they're they want you to make commission. If you don't make commission, then they like lower your hours because this job is for sales to like make money for the store.
Mm. Okay, so would you recommend like working for this job, or is it like you have to have skills prior before you enter?
As a college student, I would definitely recommend it. It's probably one of the highest paying as a college student for part time.
Okay,
Skills prior, you definitely need communication skills, and you have to know how to talk to people,
that's a big one in the
and
industry.
yeah, and present yourself. And you might not be as good at the start, but you figure it out. I didn't get the job right away. I had to, well, I tried to, but they didn't accept me, so I had to go to Nordstrom Rack. And I worked there for 3 months and worked on my skills and improved. And then I was actually supposed to wait 6 months to transfer to Nordstrom, but they let me in 3 months because of how much they liked me. And even when I got to Nordstrom, it was still tough for me. They were not giving me a lot of hours until the manager like got released and then a new one came, and then things went good for me.
So did you like Nordstrom Rack better, or like do you think Nordstrom is better as a whole?
No, I think Nordstrom is way better as a whole.
Really?
It's a lot more organized, and I can make more money.
Okay. People are better, like management too, and the workers.
Yeah, I'd say the manager's better.
Okay.
It's more professional, and same with the workers. They're just like more focused.
So I'm gonna ask you one another question. Is so what are some unmet needs that you have? It could be work, it could be school, it could be like goals that you have. What's something like that you haven't met yet you like to meet?
Something I haven't met yet is getting an internship or getting a job through corporate Nordstrom. That's something I'm still working on, but it's pretty challenging at the moment. But I gotta work on it bit by bit.
And what would you say is like has been the most challenging for you when applying for internships or looking for a job?
Uh, I'd say just like being able to keep applying even after you get denied. To just keep trying, or just getting an interview in general. And then once you get the interview, you have to like not be nervous. So you kind of have to like get used to that process and just act like it's nothing.
Have you ever been like, do you feel like you've been discouraged or like you kind of like, it's not like a giving up feeling, but kind of like, how many more of these is it going to take before I actually get one? Has you ever felt that way before?
Yeah, I've definitely been discouraged
Okay.
and took a pause. But, can't let that happen. You gotta be more mentally strong.
Okay.
The more L's you take, maybe the W's will be bigger. So.
Yeah, that's a good attitude to have. I feel like I've been discouraged as well when I've been applying because it's like you get so excited for an email back, but then like when you get one back, it's like it says no, I've
Yeah.
chosen somebody else. So it's like what's going on? But
Yeah.
I totally understand that. And so like you mentioned school and like work and like you also do extracurricular activities. Like let's say do you go to the gym?
Yeah, I go to the gym
Okay.
like 4 times a week.
So out of all those roles, what do you think takes up the most time in your day? So it could be like homework, it could be work. What's something that's really like time consuming for you, and you might maybe like want to work on it, or like you wish it would be better for you.
During the weekdays, I'd say probably the gym, and I've been working on going to the gym quicker and not taking as long. And then even when I get back from the gym, not staying in my car for too long. So I try to minimize that. And then I try not to eat too much after, so I'm not too tired to do homework after. On the weekends, work pretty much takes up my time, but I try to do homework after, so I work like early in the day, so I don't come home too late.
Well, that's good. So it's been kind of like a time management thing for you,
Yeah, pretty much.
because I know it could be like a lot of work, especially with like the major that you're in. So what major are you, bro?
Data visualization with the minor in computer science.
And do you enjoy like doing that major, or do you think it's like you have to be really focused in order to like pursue this and be able to finish it?
There are some classes I definitely didn't enjoy, but the major as a whole, I do enjoy it. But that's just part of school. You're not gonna like every class they give you.
No, I get it. There's some classes that I want to like rip my hair out. But what classes would you say that like really kind of made you like, I'm not gonna say angry, but like let's just say angry, you know? Like kind of was like, why am I doing this? And it's so hard.
Calculus too.
Ooh, explain a little more.
Uh, that class is very difficult. Like understanding the topics, it's very complex, and to answer one question is a whole page.
Oh my goodness.
So it's a lot of work, and then the exams and quizzes every week, and then the final is just way harder than every exam you've done. And every student in the class stays the whole entire time,
Oh my goodness.
so it's just really rough. But
So leading into that, I'm gonna ask you like a two in one. So I'm gonna ask you what could be done to improve your experience with your job at Nordstrom and your schooling experience, and also potentially your gym experience. What do you think? There's something like you can improve on your experiences within all those categories. We can go like one by one.
improve my job experience.
Yeah.
I've actually been working on that already,
Okay.
which is showing up on time.
Okay.
So I can get the shifts I want, which is like opening, or not opening, like morning shift pretty much. And then just focused all day at work, making sure I'm on the floor selling, and then doing everything they asked me to do. So, because we have like our rankings, and that's based on that, they give you the hours and stuff you want. For school, I'd say just not procrastinating and just getting to it right away, and then not giving up. The gym, just not overthinking and just maximizing my time in a certain frame.
Okay. You mentioned overthinking. So how has the gym like made you overthink, or maybe even work or school? Like what were like key factors that made you overthink?
Like, am I doing enough or am I not doing enough?
Mm.
So I kind of just got to underthink, but not like, I say underthink because I overthink.
Yeah, and sometimes when you overthink, it's like hard to like get away from that because you're so
Yeah.
focused on like trying to be better for yourself. No, I get it. So it's gonna lead me to another question. And so, what do you think is the hardest part about being a man, especially in college or like in your age frame right now? What's been the hardest thing for you, or maybe as a whole?
Just staying focused and not getting like distracted from like outside factors or hanging out with people that don't have the same goals as you. And just there's gonna be tough times through the years, and you just have to get through it for the good times.
I like how you mentioned that because I noticed like a lot of people in our age, have struggled like having a bad friend group or like people that are like bad role models and kind of trying to lead them down that same path that they're going on. I know the lights are flickering. It's windy out. But like I like how you mentioned like just being focused because I feel like it's hard to be focused, especially when you have outside factors, especially with college and like outside activities. And so I'm gonna lead into a question asking you about like your goals. So like what is your biggest slash most important professional responsibility or goals that you have? And it could be broad or it could be like school or gym or even work related.
School related, just graduating and then becoming a data analyst, and then from there I figured out what I want to do, like either go up the ladder or do something else. The gym, just being the best version of myself I can, and not being stagnant. So just trying to be like more lean, stuff like that, and work, just trying to get more sales. Like if I sell 3,000, next day I should try and sell 3,500, something like that.
That's basically trying to improve each and every day. So you mentioned being a data analyst. Have you looked at like any potential companies that you're like, well, I kind of want to do that in the future, and like that made you like kind of excited about?
Yeah, I've looked at Nordstrom,
Okay.
and the job was pretty much matches what I study in companies like Lumen. So I just have to get through my goals and then just keep trying.
So if you were given like an opportunity, like would you say you'd pick Nordstrom or would you pick like a different company since you kind of already like know how Nordstrom runs and like the people there?
If I had something better than Nordstrom, then I would take the company that's better. If
Yeah,
that's the first job, I would be happy with Nordstrom.
Nordstrom. Okay, and then you mentioned the gym too. So you said you're trying to get lean and like the overthinking, like we mentioned earlier.
Hmm.
What like have you been trying to like? Is there like a certain weight you're trying to gain, or like how big are you really trying to get?
Um, just I don't really focus on way too much. It's kind of like aesthetics
Okay,
and just getting stronger and just like setting goals for like certain workouts, how much weight I want to do, and tracking them.
okay. So has it been like sometimes like do you ever find it hard to like or like find it hard to find time to eat throughout the day, or do you feel like you do a good job with that?
I do a good job. I eat like 2, 3 meals a day. I eat like big meals, so it's pretty easy.
Like big protein meals?
Yeah.
Okay, that's cool. And then you mentioned also like school. Would you ever look into like getting like a minor or like pursuing a degree more than like the 4 years?
I thought about that. I was thinking like maybe I start working, and then if possible, maybe my job. I have to get in a company that they'll pay for my schooling, or if I just want to improve, I can go do a master's after a couple years of working.
That's really good goals, man. That's good to hear. I'm glad you like. It looks like you're on the right path and like you're trying to be focused with your craft, which is really good to hear.
Yeah, of course.
And now I'm gonna ask you another one. Um, what is something like more personal, like to you, like a personal responsibility or goal that you would like, maybe like let's say after college or 5 years from now?
Like a personal goal.
Yeah, it could be anything. Maybe like you want more clothes, you wanted to be like working for a certain company, or you see yourself in a house, in a new car.
Being able to take care of myself and my parents, and getting a new car, being able to manage the bills, have my own place, things of that nature.
Or just being like a grown up, basically.
Yeah.
So do you have goals of like, what car would you like to get, or like what type of property would you like to into?
Like housing, and preferably like a Lexus.
A Lexus.
Yeah.
That's fire. Has that like always been like your goal ever since you were young to like get to like a good house, like make sure your family's healthy, car, all that nature, the good stuff?
Yeah, I feel like that's like those are like adult things that everyone wants to have.
And it's hard. It's hard to like achieve those things. I feel like people nowadays have the potential to reach those goals, but they don't really like go in depth or like even try to pursue them because they feel like it's like fear, like the risk there's fear of getting.
Yeah, or they like want to move out from their parents' home too fast.
Yeah, it's hard too. Like because we're college students, so having like responsibilities and let's say like even paying rent for a house can be a lot of work for us, man.
Yeah.
But I really appreciate you taking the time out your day today to answer these questions, and I hope maybe we can catch some coffee or something next time. Take it easy, okay?